Okay, so what I'd like to do is just show you how you can use the calendar function in InquiryMax for moving and managing all of your inquiries and leads. Just to be clear, the calendar function is the only function that you will use to manage your inquiries. You won't use any Outlook diary, pens, papers, everything gets done in here. So you can see here there's a couple of customers that I spoke to today. One of them is a walk-in and one of them is a telephone. But it's really important that we document when we speak to these people and what the next steps are. So let's take Ray Manzarek. And what I want to do is this customer phoned in. They're very interested in coming along for a test drive. So I want to book a test drive. So I'm just going to click into Ray just here. And you can see this is for the date today. Obviously, when I last spoke to them, that's the vehicle he was interested in. You click on the calendar, and straight away you can see that he's in my calendar because I spoke to him at 8 o'clock today. So what I'm going to do here is it just so happens that he wants to have a little test drive, wants to come back with his wife on Saturday. So what I'm going to do is move or book an appointment for him to come in on that day. What you are not going to do is click on this edit button and then physically just put 28th and then drop that down and then just put test drive. You will not do that. If you do that, it does not date stamp when you last spoke to them. So it's absolutely, you've just got to imagine that does not exist, that edit function there. Just ignore it for the minute. I'll tell you another day what it's all about. But you're never going to use it as far as you're concerned. What you're going to do is you're going to click the done. You think, well, wait a minute, I haven't done anything. Yeah, well, yes, you have. You spoke to them today and you arranged a test drive for Saturday. So you click done. Did today's result in a test drive? Now, you might think that's a bit of a stupid thing to ask because you're trying to book a test drive. Well, if the customer had walked in and had a test drive, you don't have to book the test drive just to be able to tick that box. You could just shortcut it, just go, yeah, I spoke to them, which is fine. But if you're booking a test drive, you need to log it. So there wasn't a test drive today. It didn't result in a lost opportunity. And then what I'm going to do is just pop into here. Wants to test drive the Cougar. That's all pretty good. I'm going to click continue with that. And then it takes you to the date scheduler. Now, if a customer phones up and or has a test drive and you want to do a follow-up phone call, it's exactly the same process. You press the done. And then what you do is you do follow-up telephone call. If you think, oh, I want to email somebody tomorrow, you would select email and schedule the date and time when you're actually going to email them. Once somebody buys a car, okay, it will show in your calendar as having ordered the car, sale today, but then you have to arrange a pre-handover contact. Only once you've arranged a pre-handover contact, which means you've arranged the dates for the handover, will you be able to go back into it and you'll see handover in here. And then once you've handed it over, you'll see delivery in here. But you won't be able to skip to those until you go through the steps of pre-handover, handover, delivery. So some of these will only appear once you've conducted some of these activities or events. So in this case, I think what we wanted to do, was do a test drive. So we pop in test drive here. You can put in another note if you want there. Test drive Cougar with wife. Okay, I think he would like to do that on Saturday, so I just select Saturday here. Now, a lot of people don't bother putting the time in, they just throw everything in at 8 o'clock. Well, no, if you've arranged for him to come in at 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock or whatever it might be, just put in 1 o'clock. And then obviously, excuse me, and then you need to schedule the time that you think it will take. Well, I'll just put in an hour for the minute. And other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. So I'm just going to go save. And you can see here Ray's all sorted out. So hopefully if I move over to Saturday and I click go, oh, there he is, Ray Manzarek. So you can see there's a little steering wheel there, meaning that I booked a test drive for Saturday. And that literally is as simple as it gets in terms of using the calendar. And I hope that helps you out.